Hello everybody, CDY Vids, and today we are finally taking a look at my model of Thomas the Tank Engine. I've been working on this for roughly 2 years, and it's seen quite a few models on my channel in those last couple of years. I'm going to show you how I built it, what it features, and probably what I add to it next. So without further ado, let's get into the making process. My model, Thomas, uses the regular stock standard Bachmann Thomas. This one was bought for £74 something in a model shop. It was quickly modified with some new buffers, vacuum pipes, face, and whistles. The face at the moment was a stand-in. He was quickly then modified further by drilling out holes in the cab windows and also the front portholes. He still had some blue paired plastic. I then wanted to have a fully modified Thomas, so I got an old green Thomas, fitted with the chassis, and this was from an LBSC Thomas project, which will be described later. It had a couple of problems in a few areas of the model, which I needed to fix, fill in, and sand away, and also use some plastic to build the area back in. I quickly did that. I used Milliput. It's not the best method, but it worked. And then I began painting the running board, fitted it with the screw links, and I painted the body with Tamiya X14 Sky Blue, same with the splashes. The running board is X7 Red. Quickly had the smoke box painted and the cab. Unfortunately it ended up matte, but I did end up finding gloss paint later on when you go further down and get. And it was quickly painted. Now let's move on to the lining. Thomas's lining, for the yellow, uses just regular paint. However, I used masking tape to make the red edges. I started by just doing the outside, which ended up being a problem. You can see it here on my model, because it's very bumpy and lumpy. So I tried to get paint and fix it. And it came on a shade different, so I decided to redo it. Repainted them in blue, and then began lining them again, this time doing each line individually with masking tape. It worked, but there were a couple of blemishes. I also painted on the number 1 at the time, for the first time, so I painted that over and began painting over the bad edges, and then fitted them with a paper one. It was at this time I received my Gordon, which I have a plethora of Thomas photos with him, but that's for another video. His running board was once again repainted. However, it was this point when I realised the model looked kinda terrible. So, I moved on to the next step, which was doing it again. I started by sanding down the entire front of the cab and the rest of the body. I began fashioning my own portholes. These ones ended up going onto the back of the cab, and with some toothpicks to put it in place. The line work was made much more far apart and much more thinner, and honestly it looks a lot more like a season 1 model of Thomas. Yeah, I got the splashes in, much more curved, painted the portholes, but then I just replaced them with clear plastic painted, and that's basically it for the model. He does have some extra blocks on the front and back, but the face is also clay. And this is how it looks finished. Thank you everybody for watching this video, and I'll hope to see you in the next one.